There's no denying that the Rams struck gold last year with Puka Nacua. Within 2 weeks of the NFL season starting, everybody knew that Puka Nacua was going to be the guy. People were scrambling to make trades for him in fantasy, and those who did that cashed in the rest of the way when he broke all of those records in his first year with the team. Puka originally went to Washington in college, but then transferred closer to home at BYU, where he posted over 1,400 yards in 2 seasons. And there he very quickly became a reliable target, making a ton of clutch plays. However, when it came to the NFL draft, he wasn't the fastest, the tallest, the strongest, or the most accomplished receiver on the board by a long stretch. So how did he end up breaking all of those records as a 5th round pick with the Rams? Quite simply because no team is better at finding late round value that fits what the team is looking for than Les Snead and Sean McVay in LA. Supported by a tremendous scouting department, they have done it time and time again, and they might have just done it one more time. Jordan Whittington spent 5 years with the Texas Longhorns, and while he never posted eye-popping numbers, he made a whole bunch of clutch plays, showed a relentless work ethic, and did whatever he needed to do to help the team win. Sound familiar? Now, I will preface this video by making sure that it's clear that I am not saying Jordan Whittington is going to rewrite the history books. I don't expect that. What Puka Nacua did last season was rare and impressive, and I don't want to undermine that, but Jay Witt can play. Let's watch the film, break down what we can see, and talk about it in the comments. Starting with the Week 1 game against the Cowboys and Whittington's very first catch in the offense, it's already clear that he's repping into Puka Nacua's role. The amount of work Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua did over the middle of the field in 2023 was paramount, and Whittington's size and strength as a bigger-bodied receiver is obvious. This one is a 15-yard in route, a route that I saw multiple times while studying the film, clearing the coverage to come open over the middle of the field. He shows strong hands and protects the football well into contact after the catch. He is a very willing blocker, something I'll talk about a little bit more later on. Here he runs a block and release, and early on watching the film, I started to notice the energy and the motor that he plays with. He's all for the team, and with every rep, he's playing for a shot in the big leagues. You'll see it too as the video goes on, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. His blocking shows a lot of promise, and it will likely get him on the field more too. He isn't perfect. He can certainly learn to engage and hold his blocks longer, but he's strong with long arms, big body. The Rams will love that. He wins here at the top of his stem, turning his defender inside before breaking back out to the boundary. No, he doesn't have the sharpest cuts or the most fluid hips, but he did set up defenders multiple times within these 2 games. It's the preseason. There's a lot of depth guys out there, I know, but I can only watch what I've got for now. Here, it's just get hands on somebody. He didn't take a rep off in the whole 2 games. On this play, one guy slips inside of his block, but he finishes the rep. It's a small thing, but getting upfield and putting hands on somebody is great muscle memory, and you never know when it could be effective to break for a big play. Now, this is the play of the game, and the gear he finds after the catch really took me and the Cowboys defense by surprise. This is all round a high level rep. It's a quick slant off the left side against man coverage. You have 5 wide, go routes on the outside with a stop and go over the middle and a quick curl underneath. The pass is a little high, and Stetson Bennett did struggle with this across the 2 games, but Whittington again shields the football really well with his body. He attacks the football, makes a great hands catch, but it's what he does after the catch that really impressed. Despite a stumble with the contact, it's like he was shot out of a cannon. It's kind of weird to watch. He goes from this half stumble to a full sprint and blows by everybody. He is hauling ass in a hurry, and it's a strong form tackle to bring him down, but that's a whole lot of momentum and speed from a big receiver flying right towards you. This is a brilliant rep. Showing you can make plays like that is something the coaches will love, and Jay Witt is going to see some real playing time this season because of it. He's clearly learning the Puka role. A lot of option routes underneath, quick curls between linebackers, and making plays between the hashes. He lined up all over the field, but he was running a ton of this in breaking routes, quick slants, and showing the quarterback he could get open. Unfortunately, Stetson Bennett struggled with ball placement in both games. He threw 4 picks in this game, and this one sailed right over Whittington's head. If I'm honest, I wasn't impressed with the QB play. It was rough at times, and 5 picks in 2 preseason games is a miserable stat line. Jordan Whittington's effort in blocking showed up throughout, though, with a lot of it coming from this spot as a blocker off the edge of the O-line. Again, we saw Puka do a ton of this in his rookie season and have studied those games on the channel. So we're no strangers to that, but the Rams are adding valuable depth and players who can make those gritty contributions. Most of the time, he's blocking linebackers from a spot you would typically see from a tight end. The Rams have 3 receivers on the field more than any other team in football, and so they need them to be willing and able blockers for the run game. In 2023, the Rams ran 11 personnel 93% of the time. That's 30% more than the rest of the league's average and means that the third receiver on the Rams is far more important to the production of the team than the third receiver on any other roster. Demarcus Robinson had a really good run down the stretch, and he too is a willing blocker, but the Rams are going to have options this year and can rotate guys in those roles. Jordan Whittington could easily end up being the team's third receiver this season, and I wouldn't be surprised. He wins to the outside again here, but the ball is low and away. Another good rep finding space underneath, and Stafford will be able to go to this if he needs to. On this one, they used him in motion underneath, allowing him to use that big body presence to turn upfield after the catch. He turns it into a nice gain, and the defender bounces off of him with the shoulder tackle on the sideline. This was a pretty risky throw, but the shallow defender's head is turned around. Holding onto the catch through contact is great here though, and again, another showing of the strength of Whittington. He collects the football, takes a pretty big hit, but he holds on. In this opening game, he did everything that was asked of him and executed perfectly, making big hands catches over the middle, holding on through contact, and picking up yards after the catch whenever he could. Same again here with the defender all over him. Great hands catch and smooth transition into attempting to turn upfield and actually making a play on 4th down to keep the drive alive. Again here, I needed to see a better ball from Stetson Bennett. This is a fade out of the slot, and I would have liked to see how Whittington performed had this been a jump ball in the back corner of the end zone. Instead, it fell shallow of the defender's feet, which is disappointing. And then this is just another poor decision from Stetson Bennett. These are the routes that Matt Stafford and Puka are great at. The choice route, with the receiver deciding whether to sit it down or keep running it flat across the field. Bennett thinks that this linebacker has cleared out of the way so he can hit the receiver in behind Whittington, but he gets baited and it's picked off. Here's another excellent catch with a man on him for a 1st down. Again, strong at the catch point, collects the football and shields it with his body. And he does it again here, running a curl route between coverage and coming back towards the football. On both occasions, he's tackled immediately, but he holds on and proves his worth as a receiver who can constantly offer a 1st down and a clutch catch when called upon. I was really impressed watching the Cowboys game, and so much more than the stat line that Jordan Whittington posted. A ton of great reps, a lot of high energy, and a commitment to doing the best thing for the team unselfishly. Game 2 against the Chargers was more of the same. On the first catch of the game, he motions from right to left before snapping this shallow route off towards the sideline. He makes the catch, turns upfield, and again turns it into a 1st down and more. He was blocking again, as we discussed in the first game, putting hands on somebody up the middle to try and help break a big run. With Kyren Williams and Blake Corum this season forming one of the more exciting duos in the league, I wouldn't be surprised to see Whittington doing a ton of this early in his career. This was practically the same catch as the one that we saw at the end of his reps in the Cowboys game, running a quick curl underneath and making a play between coverage. Again, something that Puka Nacua built his rookie season on, and a nice way for the Rams to add depth in that role. He's open here over the middle, but Stetson chose to throw towards the boundary on the near side. This had the potential to be yards after the catch too. Another one towards the boundary, but the ball placement was off, so this one too falls incomplete. That won't happen with Matt Stafford. Here, he's the decoy on a fake jet inside handoff, but again, a play where you could see him take the football and turn up the sideline. It's all about the Rams finding a player that suits the role, and Whittington looks to be settling in perfectly in their system. It's just good scouting and a player who can play a great role in this offense. This was another of those routes finding space between coverage over the middle, and again on this one, Whittington hits his stride and finds a burst of speed after the catch. He might not get as many yards on this one as he did in the one in the Cowboys game, but it's still a chunk gain over the middle and another sign of him making a play when called upon. They tried it again here, but the ball was sailed over his head. With Stafford, that's complete, and it gets there faster with anticipation to allow Whittington to react to this safety. He doesn't get the football on this one, but I liked the route. He puts a hard jab step off the line and then shakes again at the top of his stem before breaking across the field. He gets open, but the football goes the other way. Even here, just finishing the rep as he did on every rep I watched. Again, it's a small thing. He's fighting to try and get open for a scrambling QB here, and when Bennett pulls it down, he finishes the rep by blocking his guy in case the QB gets loose down the sideline. Again, motor, effort, playing for his future and for the team. On this one, he doesn't win, and I thought we should still include those plays as we do in any study here on the channel. It's a 10-yard curl route and his defender makes a play on it. Doesn't quite do enough to sell it. His defender has inside leverage and this one falls a little short of the mark. And he finished this game just as he finished the Cowboys game. 2 strong catches on underneath routes in tight coverage. Again, he shields the ball well. He's been perfectly reliable in both games and comfortably collects the football to move the chains or pick up good, quick yards underneath. Whittington played extremely well in these 2 games. It's a great showcase of a wide range of skills, and the young man has landed in the perfect spot to go on and have a great career in the league. He's a perfect match for the offense. The scouting department has done it once again, and the Rams now have another strong receiver who can rep into their offense, take significant snaps, and play a role for the team. And we all saw last year how important it was for Puka Nacua to learn everything that he knows from Cooper Kupp. I'm not saying that Jordan Whittington is going to have a 1,000-yard season. Let's make that clear. But he can be the third guy. He can share that pressure with Demarcus Robinson, and Matt Stafford and the rest of the receivers already appear to really like him and appreciate the effort that he's showing this team. Ultimately, Jordan Whittington is just a guy you can really root for, and the Rams continue to quietly build a team that has it all. I've been high on the Rams, I'm staying high on the Rams, and we're very close to seeing it all get started in week 1. Subscribe for more videos just like this one. Let me know what you think about Jordan Whittington's showcase so far, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.